Born into poverty and tragedy, he endured unimaginable hardships, losing both parents by the age of 12.
Meet Brother André Bessette, a man touched by miracles. Born Alfred in 1845, his childhood was tragic. Father lost in an accident. Mother passed away by 12. Alone and barely literate, he fought through tough times. Fast forward to 1870. André wants to join a religious order, but they almost reject him for his frail health. But a bishop sees potential. He becomes the porter at Notre Dame College, a simple role that changes everything. André washes floors and greets the brokenhearted. He believes in the power of prayer. His motto, "The smallest brushes paint the most beautiful pictures." He encourages people to pray to Saint Joseph, the patron saint of workers. Soon, news spreads, prayers are answered, miracles happen, and stories of healing multiply. For 25 years, André shines in humility and simplicity. People from all walks of life flock to him, sick, lost, desperate, all welcomed with open arms. With money from haircuts and help from friends, he builds a humble chapel for Saint Joseph. As visitors grow, so does the chapel. It transforms into a pilgrimage site. Thousands come seeking faith and healing. The chapel becomes a sanctuary where hope and belief intertwine. When Brother André passes in 1937, 1 million people converge to pay their respects. Unity in grief, honoring a man who touched so many lives. Bishop Pierre Morissette remarks, Brother André lived with great humility. His selfless dedication resonates through the years. In 2010, he is canonized by Pope Benedict XVI, celebrating his profound faith and love for the suffering. Brother André's life is a testament to kindness and compassion across generations. He welcomed strangers, healed the sick, soothed the suffering. His story shows the transformative force of kindness. His life prompts an important question. What miracle do you need right now? Are you bold enough to ask for it? Let Brother André's life inspire you. Seek comfort in prayer. Lean on your community. Saint André Bessette, pray for us.
Saint André Bessette's life is a profound testament to the transformative power of humility and simplicity when rooted in unwavering faith. Born into poverty and tragedy, he endured unimaginable hardships, losing both parents by the age of 12 and growing up frail, uneducated, and often overlooked. Yet, instead of succumbing to despair, André chose to focus his gaze on God, allowing divine grace to guide his every step. André lived with a simplicity that is almost unimaginable in our world today. As a porter at Notre Dame College, his role was humble, washing floors, opening doors, and welcoming strangers. These were not grand gestures, but acts of quiet service. Yet, through these simple acts, André radiated a holiness that touched everyone he encountered. His faith transformed the mundane into the miraculous, reminding us that no task is too small when it is done with love and a heart fixed on God. Despite the tragedies he endured, André's life was marked not by bitterness, but by profound joy and peace. He did not dwell on his sufferings or the limits of his frail body. Instead, he trusted that God would work through his weaknesses. This radical humility allowed him to become a channel of God's healing and grace. People flocked to him, not because of his achievements, but because of the quiet power of his faith. A faith so pure that it reflected God's love to all who sought his help. André's unwavering focus on God is a challenge to us all. How often do we let the noise of the world distract us? How often do we turn our gaze away from God and toward our struggles or ambitions? André's life reminds us that true strength and meaning come not from worldly success, but from keeping our eyes fixed on the divine. It is in surrendering our lives to God, in accepting our limitations with humility, that we find true freedom and purpose. Through his simplicity, André built more than a chapel. He built a legacy of faith. His life shows us that even the most unassuming person, living in the humblest of circumstances, can be a vessel of God's love. He teaches us that our call is not to achieve greatness in the eyes of the world, but to live faithfully, trusting that God's greatness will shine through us. Let us be inspired by Saint André Bessette to live with humility and simplicity, embracing life's trials with our gaze firmly fixed on God. May his example remind us that in every moment, no matter how small, we have the opportunity to reflect God's love to the world. Saint André Bessette, pray for us, that we may always walk the path of humility and keep our eyes on Christ, our everything.